My name is Mihai Oprea, and I was born in Bucharest, Romania. Um, my father, Ion Oprea, has always been a huge role model for me. Beginning with 1952, my father was arrested when he was in school to get a degree in engineering because he tried to fight communists during the time when the Soviets enforced the communist government in Romania. He was a political prisoner in the communist prisons and gulags for more than 12 years, and he continued to fight against communism until 1989, when Romania successfully rebelled during the revolution. Uh, my father never gave up on his beliefs and values, and for that reason, he was never rehabilitated by the communists. Um, in December of '89, when the revolution began, my friends and I, we did everything we could to be a part of that. We went out in the streets, revolting with the rest of the young people and all the people around us. Um, at one point, we went to the Swiss embassy in Bucharest to unload and help distribute and so forth all the medical supplies the Red Cross delivered there. And of course, out of nowhere, bullets start flying everywhere, and we had to run and hide until it stopped. It was a really terrifying experience. When I was young, a group of other young players and I were part of a team for a small sports club. And we kept playing together year after year and got better and better. And eventually, our team started winning national championships for our age group. And were able to win 6 years in a row at different age groups. A lot of us started playing for a club in Bucharest called Steaua, which was the army club, and continue our success, ultimately making into the Romanian national team. Since I was 12 or 13 years old, the idea of freedom was very important to me, and America for me was the pinnacle of freedom. So I dreamt to go there someday. After the revolution, I started working for an American law firm from Detroit that helped American families adopt Romanian children. And the law firm helped me obtain a visa to come to the United States. In May of 1991 was when I finally made it when I came here to Dallas, Texas. After having a few different jobs, I knew I wanted to go into teaching and coaching because my degree from the school was a Master's of Science in Physical Education and Coaching. I tried finding any school in the Dallas area that had the water polo program, but I could not find any. Uh, However, a friend of mine from the team told me that St. Mark's School of Texas used to have a successful team in the 70s. So I contacted them, and they were interested in me but had no open position at that time. So later on, they contacted me saying there were some boys at the school that wanted to try water polo. So I began coaching these few kids on the side for no charge, of course. I started a club water polo team that was not yet recognized by the school as an official sport. In 2001, the Dallas area had enough teams to fill the regional tournament, and we won that tournament here at St. Mark's and went to the state tournament for the first time since the 1970s. The first team we played at that tournament was Clear Lake, the defending champion, and they showed no mercy, beating us. I think 38-1. I think was the final score. Well, what can I say? We continue to win the Dallas area regional tournament every year. And our success allowed St. Mark's to have us recognized an official varsity sport for our school in the 2005 season. At the same time as the sport was starting to grow in the school, we started a middle school team that helped provide the pipeline for our varsity team. After only our eighth participation in the state championship, we had gone from getting blown out by over 30 goals to the Texas State champions, when we defeated, we became Texas State champions when we defeated Sterling 7-4 in 2009. Although water polo team was able to rapidly become one of the best and most successful in Texas, winning has never been the most important part of our program, of course. Above winning and losing is helping my athletes to build character. Have never had a son or a daughter on my own, but with the limited time I have with the boys from St. Mark's, I try to treat each one of them as my own. Because I also teach physical education during the day for the lower and middle school kids at St. Mark's, I begin to create relationships with the best swimmers and water polo players from a very young age. One of the fundamental character values I teach them is discipline. Everyone needs to know how to be self-disciplined in their lives. I teach my players discipline by making sure they know that the fundamentals are the most important part of any sport, especially water polo. While some coaches let their teams scrimmage for most of the practice, I spend most practice on drills that slowly ingrain the fundamentals into their game. I also teach them discipline by making the team take care of the pool. You know, our pool is extremely old, built in 1968, I believe, and has a very shallow end, which is practically terrible for water polo training. But I try to teach my athletes that they are still lucky to have it. For this reason, my athletes must set up the pool and clean up the pool before every practice and game, thus learning to take ownership of what they are, I think, very fortunate to have. Well, the next crucial character value for a program is courage. Even with the discipline I can instill in them through training and the responsibility I try to teach them by taking care of the pool. Without courage, the players would never win games in championships. When it's the fourth quarter in a close game and all of the players are exhausted and we're down by one goal, let's say, the courage to push through that pain and the belief that they can still win is the only way they'll not break down from the exhaustion and the pressure. They need to have the courage to believe that if they take that shot at the buzzer, they know it will go in. Nevertheless, the most important of all the values I teach them is love. After a grueling practice, when I make them train hard for 2 hours with weight belts and vests and plates of lead weight, they may think I hate them. But later this season, when the buzzer goes off at the end of the fourth quarter of the state championship game, and all my players come together with shouts of triumph and hug each other from the excitement of being a Texas State champion, I know they understand that I put them through all of that demanding practice because I truly love them and wanted them to be the best they can be. Since our St. Mark's water polo team first won state in 2009, we have placed in the top 3 teams in the state each of the last 8 seasons. It's remarkable. After 2009, for 4 tough seasons, our team came extremely close to winning the championship each year and lost 1 close game each of those 4 years by 1 goal. But my players never gave up hope. By 2014, we're back on top again, and that trend has continued in 2015 and 2016. And the future only continues to look bright. The past few years, we have built a water polo club that plays year-round in addition to the varsity and the middle school teams. We have to have that play in the spring season. Boys as young as 7 years old are playing their first water polo games now that we have established this club. Who knows how much their potential and talent can grow after starting so young. Although this happens to be the time when our program has had its greatest success, we have always been successful in our mind. The trophies and the championships are simply bonuses compared to the growth in character I get to see when the tiny kid I meet one day when he's 7 years old eventually becomes a 2 or 3 time or 4 time state champion when he's 18. Nothing compares to that.